Roguelike Dungeons and Adventures is a massive Minecraft mod pack that adds a ton of new RPG features that aims to immerse you in a vast fantasy world, adding in tons of new structures, bosses, mobs, loot, and even a unique progression that all us RPG fans are familiar with. And so today, I take on the challenge of trying to survive 100 days in this incredible massive mod pack that you should definitely try out as well. And to make it even more challenging, I'm doing this in hardcore, which means I have one life to complete this challenge and to claim my victory and to win it all. But that also means I have one life left to fail and lose it all. So join me in today's adventure into this crazy world of hardcore roguelike adventures and dungeons. And if you like 100 Days Minecraft videos like this one, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. It'll help me give you guys more 100 Days videos like this one. A lot more faster, quicker, and sooner. Thank you so very much, everyone. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now, enough chit chat. Let's get on with the show. So we started out in the overworld, as you can see, spawned in the lavender world. I need to turn on my shaders. Hang on, before we begin, let me just put that on real quick. Okay, that's a little bit nicer. Gonna get this bonus chest here. I always like to keep bonus chests, nice little gifts, a chest and whatnot. And let me take a look at this thing. So we got a life steal chart. Well, hang on a minute. This guy's shooting me. This guy's shooting me with some arrows. Put this guy in jail. What is he doing trying to take me out on hardcore? I'm running for my life. I'm gonna get over to this village over here. Okay, anyway, so near the blossoming fields, which is nice, but anyway, about that lifesteal charm. So we got that, and looks like that's what we spawn in with some of our starter kit. I'm gonna get some wood here. We already gotta get some materials, some planks, and a crafting table. And then over there, I also got a couple trading cards. I went ahead and picked that up, so that's cool. Also, this guy's house is burning. I just got here, and it's already mayhem. I also found an Ada, and there's another one right there. I think they're neutral. Pretty cool, I guess. Gonna go ahead and get some more crafting materials, chop down this cherry blossom tree. I do like the cherry blossom fields, it's nice. Talk to this guy. Didn't have much trading, and I found a dryad. They seem to be neutral, I guess, but the red bar makes me a little bit scared. Also, I think I know why this guy's house burned down. That's what happens when you build next to a lava pit. I'm gonna go ahead and just hang out over here in this house. I think this is gonna be my base of operations. I got this reforger here. I don't even know what that does. Gonna throw some stuff in the barrel. And I also got this fletchling crafting table. Not sure what that was. Went outside, found a furnace and a bed. Gonna put that right there. And you know what? We're gonna need a little bit more room. So I figured we're gonna do some excavation. I need a base of operations. This isn't gonna be pretty. I know it's not, but you know what? I just need a place to sleep, and I need a lot of places to put my stuff, or at least a lot of space for storage. So yeah, gonna dig this out over here, get some of this iron, as you can see. And I'll make it a little bit nicer. We'll put the cherry blossom planks down right there. Put a crafting table right there, furnace, ladder to get back up. We're literally just underneath the house that I just walked in. Put the bed there and start the iron. Not too shabby, not too bad, not the prettiest, but I want to adventure more than I do want to make a pretty house. So don't judge me, because by the time I finished, it was already nighttime. So I figured, stay up, and I'm just going to read these quests right here. There was new mechanics, so I was just collecting these rewards and reading the new mechanics, like the nether portal, that was different, and a few other things. Needed to make some new tools. I also got a charm of regeneration, which was nice, and I did some organizing as well with the potions that they gave me. I chose a class. I needed to pick the warrior class just because, good old warrior, why not? And we also got some materials with that as well. So that's pretty cool. Also got a book for Dimensional Dungeons. Really excited to try out this new mod. I never tried, well, it's not if it's new, but I tried it out anyway. Good mod. Went outside the next day, got revenge on that Minotaur, and I tried to kill some bees, and they almost killed me. As you can see, 2 hearts left with that poison. So I had to get away from them, and I also made a waypoint for my home, and I just started the next day. Why not? Next day, I just went out, got some more materials. I found this little guy here, reminded me of a Pokemon. I don't know what that was. And then we started to make some iron tools. The gearing progression is a little bit different. I remember this. I couldn't use iron straight off the bat. I needed to get some more levels in my skills. I also upgraded my shield. Thankfully, the shield wasn't restricted, so I could go straight into iron shield. So we're leveling up our gear already. But as you can see, needed to get my endurance as well as some other skills up in order to advance in my gear. They also had a loot shop, which was kind of cool. But nonetheless, went back outside with my new iron shield and a flint sword, and just went exploring. I found someone's house, walked right in, and I decided to say hello to my new neighbors. I guess he just wanted some food, and his roommate wanted some food as well, so instead I'm just going to take their bookshelves for enchanting later. And they also had a pet raven, so that's kind of cute. Anyway, walked outside, found another structure, got some more loot, and little did I know that this happened to be like a witch's castle. Didn't even know that. So walked upstairs, I found a fairy, a pixie. I thought this is gonna be friendly. Do not disturb. We're gonna go in anyway.
Surprise!
Okay, and we're not gonna go in there anyway. So after that, went upstairs, found this little pot thing. I don't know what that was, but regardless, also found some more structures. Basically, I'm just exploring. And I ended up finding another blacksmith area, which was like a dwarven area. Didn't know what to do with him. I really need to discover this mod more, but nonetheless, it was pretty cool to see. It was nighttime already. Decided to look at his loot, what he's got here. Got the waystone, and I wanted to check out some more structures. It was nighttime, but I needed to level up my combat, so we're gonna get some combat going. Slicing and dicing all of these zombies and spiders and whatnot. And I went ahead and found this other structure. Gonna go ahead and borrow your blast furnace and your potion maker. Hope you don't mind. Just said hello to the neighbors as well. That must be her dad. And then we're gonna go back home to put our brewing stand up, and also check out these new tomes I got from the witch's place. Apparently that gives magic, so I went ahead and leveled up my magic as well. And I needed to make some more inventory space, so I went ahead and made a backpack. Got a little bit more organized. And then I went ahead and just started crafting and started furnishing some stuff, putting the iron gear there just in the off chance that I'm ready to use it later. Gonna go ahead and just make it for future reference. And then it's time to start the mine. The mining process definitely did take a long time. We just made a mining area right here. Gonna grab this iron real quick. I also made a bucket and needed to come back with a bucket of water to take out this lava. We're already down. I already dug down to about I think Y13 or Y11, somewhere around there where the lava is. And I just want to go ahead and turn this to obsidian. And we also found a nice little boss platform. Got some of this new ore. I don't even know what this is, but regardless, definitely got to get that mining up. If I want to be able to get out of the stone era, I need to level up my mining so that I can get my iron up. Took out the spider spawners. Turns out it was just a spider spawner, and we ended up getting some cool guy glasses and a magnetic ring, which is always cool to see. So that's what we got from this loot. A couple other things as well, mostly magic stuff. This is all from the exclusive to this mod pack. Very nice. Then I just went back to mining, turning some stuff, lava back into obsidian. Still mining, just leveling up slowly but surely. Like I said, this definitely took a long time, as you could see. But in order to get, like I said, in order to get to that iron pickaxe, and even that diamond pickaxe, I needed to level up that mining, and this is what I meant by the unique gear progression. Also did a little bit of combat as well, because why not? It's always dark in here, so might as well did that. And I also found my nether portal, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put my stats a little bit further down, just so they're not in the way. And I'm going to come back upstairs, I'm going to do some organizing, make an anvil, furnace some iron, and start making some new gear. Went back outside just to take a little bit break from mining. It's been a few hours now, and I'm just going to get my combat up, and that's what I did here. Going outside, getting some combat, coming back in. As you can see, my health bar is already going into the second HP bar, which is really nice. I did like that. Made a bow, and started the next day. Got some of this hay bale, just more exploring. I found a person there, talked to him. I got a little bit of that loot, did some more exploring. Found this mushroom castle area. It was filled with mobs, so did some more combat, as you can see. And into this village, here we go. And the delicious, what does that say? Something in the forest. Found a couple of these villagers, just wanted to see if they had any mending books. If not, which they didn't, and I just went ahead and got some of their loot. It's nighttime already, so just want to get some more combat in. I'm also leveling up the bow as well, and this is all while I'm just exploring. Gonna grab some more of these rewards, collect some of these rewards. Good EXP, by the way. Pretty cool. It's actually relatively easy to get EXP in this mod pack, so I was very, very happy about that. I also found an Illager tower the next day when I was walking out, and this place was crazy. I almost died once again to this place. So I ran away and I found some raccoons. Just wanted to get a little bit of a wholesome moment and feed some of these raccoons, and that's what we did. I'm eventually gonna come back to that Illager tower, because that place is filled with loot, and I definitely want to get my hands on that stuff. But as I was running away, I ran into an Illager village, or I think this is an outpost. No, it's not an outpost. I can't remember what this is, but this is definitely part of the mod. Just leveling up my bow, needed to clear this place out. I tried to get up there, they shot me down, although I found a cheese spot where I can just get a couple hits in and slowly take out their HP before they kill me, obviously. Leveling up my bow, just getting these shots in. If I couldn't loot the Illager tower, I'm gonna loot this Illager village place or whatever. Honestly, I really forgot what this place was called. You can correct me in the comments though. Got a little bit of that knowledge of death. and needed to be careful with these Ravagers. These were like 1 or 2 star Ravagers, and they were tanky, as you saw. Just loading them up with lots of arrows and just slowly taking them all out. The Vindicators tried to take me out, but I got them, and finishing off that Ravager right there in the cheese spot. And then same thing with that other one with the bow from taking the high ground. And then once again, just there was a lot of Ravagers in this place, but it was well worth it, because once we cleared it out, we got lots of loot. As you could see, got a bow with quick draw and quick charge, lots of food, more tomes for the magic. It was just loot city. I love this place. Went ahead and collected the iron from this area as well as I collected the loot, as you can see. Got a bottle of enchanting once again, emphasizing how easy it is to get EXP in this mod. Definitely gonna do a lot of enchanting, and we're just going around collecting the loot. It was actually nighttime already because I was here for so long. All good. Went ahead and found an artifact, which was nice. You saw the effects there. And some more books. Next day, just took out some of the illagers right there. I went upstairs to the Spire Tower, and there was a waystone, so I collected the waystone, got some ender pearls and a couple of books. Sweeping Edge enchantment book. That was very nice. I definitely was using that a lot. Definitely incentivizing me to use the sword more often. And I also found this paraglider, which was pretty cool. So I just went ahead and just started testing it out. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool paraglider. Testing it out, collecting some more rewards when I got to the bottom. And then we're back home. Lots of exploring, like I said. And just doing a bit more organizing. Putting the books away, the enchantment books. I needed to get way more things, but that was just what I got so far. I also got a bad omen when I made it to the Illager Tower, so I was trying to drink some milk, but apparently in this mod pack it didn't really work. I wasn't too sure. So I found a nearby village which had a bestiary book for the Ice and Fire mod, so I picked that up as well. And so basically what I did is I just went to the nearest village, and I just started a raid just to get rid of that bad omen. I'm sorry about that, guys. Didn't find too many illagers. I don't know if it was glitched, so I just kind of left because I found one and then that was it, so I just left. But nonetheless, the bad omen was pretty much gone. Went ahead and killed that zombie as I was coming back home, and I finally got my endurance enough to get the iron armor, so I was feeling good. I finally had a decent set of armor. Once again, collecting that armor, and I went ahead and turned on the Slayer title because that was pretty cool. It reminds me of Halo, back in the Halo days. Yes, I am old. And then found the Goblin Trader, checked out his trades, and then just went back to the mines, because now it was time to do the grindy part of the mines. I went back in here because I needed to finally get the diamond pickaxe. If I wanted to do some enchantments, I needed to get the diamond pickaxe, and in order to do that, I needed to get my gathering up to 45, I believe. So that's basically what I was doing. Made some gold, and I also found some diamonds you saw earlier, and made a diamond pickaxe just for future reference. Right? Back into the mines once again, and just slowly but surely, days on days. I mean, I got hours of footage of me just mining, just trying to level up. I was in here for many days, honestly. So as you can see, just getting the iron, or getting all the ores, as many ores as I possibly can hold. Redstone and lapis gave a lot of EXP. I remember diamonds probably gave the most EXP, and I also made silver armor. I found out that silver. Oh, and also I found a couple of trinkets as well. So there's a lot of trinkets. I got that just by mining, just by leveling up my skills, and just by playing the game. I got that. So yeah. And after mining for so many hours and days, I finally got my gathering to 40. I'm sorry, it was 40, not 45. And that was allowed me to use the diamond pickaxe. I also got this this trinket which made me immune to fire damage. Don't have to do much mining now, since as you could see I got all this ore. That was from days of just mining, well, hours or whatever. So I won't have to be doing some mining anytime soon. But back on the silver armor, I went ahead and crafted a full set just because the EXP you get on it is way better than the regular iron. So I just went ahead and did that. I also had enough diamonds to upgrade my iron shield to a diamond shield. So we're looking good. Finally looking good. And it was time to collect some obsidian because I needed to get that enchantment table. So this is the only way I could get the enchantment table. Finally, to get that obsidian. Now it was time to set it up. I know there was a new method of enchanting. I honestly didn't look too much into it, so I was just getting whatever enchantments that I thought were good for the amount of Eternia that I got. So yeah, didn't really read too much into the mechanics of the new enchantment table. I definitely need to come back, but now we have more trinkets as well as a full set of enchanted silver gear. Back into the Illager Tower, as you could see, just getting some shots in, and finally testing out my new armor. I was feeling way more confident this time than I did the first time of getting these Illagers. And if you can see my health bar, I finally was making my way into the second HP bar because I found out that early on you could definitely level up your, well, you can get more HP by eating certain kinds of foods. So that's what I was doing. I was swapping between different types of foods, and as you can see, I have I think I have a speed buff and a regeneration buff as well. I get strength a little bit later as we level up, but that's how I figured out how I can get more HP, was not only from your gear but also eating different various types of food, which was awesome. So as you can see there, just tanking these hits with this new silver armor, and I was just doing so much damage. I was feeling so confident right now, just blazing through these floors, as you could see, getting a lot of EXP. It was good combat EXP, I will admit that, and good endurance. Yeah, endurance XP in combination with the silver ore, and as you can see, all the loot that I got. Lots of stuff for potions. Very, very awesome. Definitely don't need to worry too much about potion materials anymore, or even potions in general. I was just getting them as random drops, but as you can see, all these illagers, and I was just taking them out one by one, slicing and dicing, getting some arrows in, and just doing lots of damage. We got so much loot. Went back home and to put all that away, and then found this villager right here. I was trying to get a book of mending. I'll admit I was not too successful at all, so didn't really do that, but did a lot of damage to my silver armor by fighting the illagers, so I went ahead and just repaired my gear once again. But the silver armor was really, really good. Like I said, we're looking good. Everything is enchanted, including my sword. I think my sword was always enchanted, but nonetheless, as you can see, a lot of effects going on here, because I went back to the Illager Tower. I needed to loot this place. I knew there was going to be so much loot at the top, so I just had to keep coming back. And like I said, good EXP. Getting some nauseous right there, so I had to be careful. So the silver armor was really, really good. The only problem is my durability wasn't as good, but we pulled through. Oh, actually, I almost died there, as you could see. So definitely had to be a little bit more careful. Eating some more golden apples, leveling up my combat and my endurance, getting that bonus EXP from wearing the silver armor, and that armor is also from Ice and Fire, if you didn't know. This place was crazy. I was trying to light up the place because there were just more mobs spawning left and right. So just trying to get these guys down as quick as possible. I still don't really have a good sword, but I'm trying my best here. And just taking these guys out one by one. Get a little bit of fast forward, why not? This took a while, but we got a lot of loot. Made it to the next floor. Just taking them out. These guys weren't too hard. The witches and these drummer boys, taking them out. The Vindicators were definitely the most hardest ones I had to defeat. And just taking them out, getting the loot, as much loot as I can. This place actually had a lot of floors. Now that I remember it, there was a lot of floors to this place. But like I said, nonetheless, we pulled through. My armor was definitely taking a beating, so I needed to finish this quickly, or at least not take too many hits. Not sure what was going on that level, so I just walked up. And same thing, just taking them out one by one, taking out these phantoms as well. I definitely needed to collect the loot that I was dropping, and finally we made it to the top of the Illager King. This guy was insane, but thankfully I found a strategy. His hitbox was so huge that he couldn't fit down these stairs, and so I was just sitting here, just wailing him with the bow, as you could see, and just taking him out with the bow and arrow, with quick charge and quick whatever, I forget, quick draw. It just took out that Illager King. Once I got him in the right spot, I took him out real easily, and that was the first big W. Finally took out the Illager King and finished the Illager Tower. Definitely a huge W in this playthrough. I went ahead and collected my rewards. Like I said, there was so much gear in here. Lots of blocks of iron. That definitely helped out. And as we could see in this chest, filled with god apples, filled with emeralds, filled with diamonds. Oh my goodness, the loot was insane. Absolutely insane loot indeed. I had to just get what I could hold from that chest. Same thing in the next one right next to it. Some more god apples, some more enchanted gear, some more diamonds and emeralds. Well, this one didn't have emeralds, but still pretty cool. Oh no, it did have emeralds. There it is. Yeah, but lots of gear indeed, and this was just a fun time to play. So yeah, there's some gear right there. Just grabbing whatever I can, enchanting books and whatnot. There was some pretty interesting enchantments that I found. There was one with the blade. That was a cool one. I think that's a new one. I'd never seen that one before. Another one as well. Yeah, just lots of loot in general. I mean, I'm pretty much just letting you guys, letting it run, letting you guys check out the footage. And yeah, that was pretty much the loot that I got. So yeah, there we go. Had to repair my gear once again, because like I said, it just took a huge beating. But again, good EXP on the endurance and combat. Just getting some more of this gold tier. because it was time to head into the nether. That's what it was. Yeah, I picked up my gold helmet, just checking out my gear here from the relics that I got, that I received. A couple of rings, a couple of artifacts. I believe later on I do get an artifact that negates fall damage, and another relic that gives me double jump, which was definitely huge for my mobility. But nonetheless, this is the gear that I currently had right now. Some of the artifacts that I did not only had effects, but also gave me more speed. It gave me some more armor, just various different buffs. So yeah, just checking it out. There's the one that negates the fall damage right there, so that's pretty cool. Definitely had that. So it was time to head into the nether. And I'll be honest, since I got most of my nether stuff from the Illager Tower, I did not stay here that long. My only goal here was to get ender pearls. That's what it was. So I needed to find a bastion. That's what it was. So it spawns me in pretty far down. And so I'm just digging my way up here and just trying to get to the top, because I believe there was a couple new biomes here, but like I said, I didn't do much exploring in this area. Actually, it kind of sucked because I had Snowball enchanted in my legs, and it immediately started shooting the pigmen. So I had to take them out before they killed me. So that kind of sucked. I was not expecting that at all. All the piglins were after me as soon as I shot that one with Snowball. So Snowball was a great enchantment, but I just, oh my goodness, it messed me up so hard when I went into the nether. Was not expecting that. So yeah, doing some trades here. Finally made it to a bastion. This took a bit of time, but I finally made it to a bastion, and there were some new mechanics on the piglins. They had a reputation system, and I can definitely see that, because the more gold I gave, the more suit of armor they were getting. And in my opinion, I think, now I'm not too sure, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how you level up the reputation. So this went on for a while. I pretty much gave away all my gold, or most of it, and I was just getting as many pearls as I can. At this point I had 11 pearls there, and I got more. I think I came back as well and ended up getting a little bit more, but that's all I got for right now. Running around getting some more chests, or looking at the chests, because some of the piglins I did get good reputation, but some of them still hate me, I guess. So I was still hiding and trying to get some more of the loot. So I got a key of Oblivion there, as you saw earlier. And that thing, I didn't really use it too much, but I got it anyway. And just getting more loot. As much loot as I can. The nether is actually pretty stacked with some decent loot. I got a bunch of runes that gave me some fire resistance and just various fire buffs. The sad thing, the unfortunate thing was that I already had that blaze trinket that made me immune to all fire damage. So I wasn't really using these trinkets that I got. Or these relics, I'm sorry. But they were still pretty cool to have. Like I said, just getting whatever I think is cool, because I might use it later. Who knows? I wasn't too sure. But this is pretty much what I got. Some more loot, some more tomes. Went ahead and fought some blazes, as you could see. Getting some more of that combat EXP, some wither skeletons. Maybe in the off chance I might get a wither skull. Some more blazes. I finally left when I found a beam, because I got what I wanted. And when it spawned me in this weird cave generation. I don't know what this was. It was still pretty cool to look at, and thankfully, thanks to that trinket, I was just swimming in the lava, not even taking damage. This almost felt too OP. That blaze heart trinket, let me tell you, is one of the biggest lifesavers as I could see. I couldn't get out there though, so I pretty much just built my way out, but I thought it was still kind of funny that I was able to swim through the lava. Such an OP trinket. Made it to the swamp, and I just killed that witch. Went back home to finally organize some more stuff. I was definitely getting a lot of enchantment books, as you could see. Lots of enchantment books. And then we also got some ender pearls as well. Checking out some more of my checking out the quest book, getting some more of these rewards here. Lots of good stuff. Got some cake. Put them right there. Happy birthday to anyone out there. And then yeah, just more organizing, as you could see. I think it was time for me to finally get this dimensional dungeon going. So I went ahead and just made the blocks, and I carved out an area just where I can put the portal. Nothing pretty. I just needed some space in my little hobbit hole base, just to make the dimensional dungeon portal. This mod was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with this mod. I spent maybe like 20 to 30 days just running dungeons, because it was such a cool mod. I love roguelike dungeons, and so running dungeons was definitely a lot of fun when I got in there. But nonetheless, I crafted some blank keys for the dimensional dungeon, and in order to power it up, you needed to go and find an end portal first, and use the keys on one of the end portal frames, and that's going to engrave it with a key to a random dungeon. And so that's basically what I was doing. And as I was making my way to find an end portal, I found this little structure here. It wasn't too crazy, just a couple of zombies. The loot was okay. I found this little structure here, and I got some decent loot from this one. But I believe this was separate from the other structure that you just saw. I just had an illager boss up there with a little bit of these little phantoms. I don't even know what they're called. But got some loot there, some diamonds, enchanted iron sword with freezing and smite. That was interesting. I don't even know what that is, but I just took it anyway. Lots of effects on it. And just continuing to find the end portal. I also found that airship right there. That was pretty cool. I think I explored there once. I can't remember. Made it to a wizard's tower as well. This is all stuff along the way, and I actually found some ancient pants. If you don't know, ancient is like one of the greatest, like the best items in the game. So I found some ancient pants. It's even got some RGB going on that font. So that's cool. You already know that these pants are no joke. So I had to take that. Probably the best pants I ever found in this entire playthrough, or in this entire 100 days. But I finally made it to an end stronghold, or just a regular stronghold. And when I got down here, I completely forgot that they had the enhanced, or the better strongholds mod. So this place was massive. As soon as I got in here, just lots of exploring. These skeletons were trying to throw me up in the air like an iron golem. I don't know what they were doing. But I was just slowly taking them out, getting their loot from these chests here. Various different spawners. The loot was okay. Lots of bone and paper. A couple of food items. And just basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. It wasn't like the Illager Tower at all. I think the Illager Tower, like I said, is probably one of the greatest places I ever looted in the entire playthrough. So yeah, nonetheless, still munching on those golden carrots that I got from the quest, and I finally made it to an end portal. I finally found the room after a couple hours. It took me a while. This place was huge, and I just wanted to go in and just set up the end portal. It wasn't time for the end yet, but I just wanted to save it just so I can get these keys going, because you need to have one open portal or portal frame. So yeah, Waystone back. Used my mirror that I got from the last structure to teleport me back, and I'm just doing a little bit more renovation. I just wanted to put some more storage here, as you can see, just more storage, because I know I was going to get a lot more loot from the Dimensional Dungeons mod, so I just wanted to put more storage in there just to get a little bit more organized. At least I tried to. It wasn't the best, I'll admit, but I tried my best. And just enchanting some more books. This was actually a mistake. I should have never enchanted these books. I also made a new iron sword called Incinerate with fire aspect. That's where I got the inspiration for Incinerate, the name. But I should have never enchanted these books, now that I think about it. I made some more keys, but with the enchantment books, the reason for that is because I ended up getting a lot of enchantments from the Dimensional Dungeon, so there was no need to do that. I also watched the Phantom die in the daytime, as you can see. That was kind of cool. I never saw that before. And hang on, and there he goes. There it is. So there it is. Yeah. Anyway, powering up some more of these keys that I crafted. It only takes a name tag and a blaze rod to make, and just stored the last ender pearl that I got, or Eye of Ender, to activate that portal later. I also got the second tier of the warrior spec. They gave me some new items, as well as a new relic that gives me attack speed, which is pretty cool. Also the mercenary armor, not too bad. I don't know if it was the best armor, but I still used it here and there. Pretty cool. But I got that death cap mushroom. I think that's an item from Minecraft Dungeons, and that pretty much just gives me movement speed and attack speed. So that's what I got, and that's what I put in my first artifact slot in my gear. So as you can see in the bottom right. So activated the key, and it was time to finally do some Dimensional Dungeons. I also went ahead and upgraded my backpack because I needed more inventory space. Had enough materials to take it straight to Diamond. And as you can see, my backpack was huge. Lots of inventory space. I was ready to dungeon. This was awesome. So much space to get some more loot. Yeah, I just went ahead and jumped right into the Dimensional Dungeons. This place was awesome. Lots of cool puzzles, lots of interesting enemies, and lots of parkouring as well. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I can't talk enough about this mod. Dimensional Dungeons is so much fun. This was the puzzle that I was doing, one of the puzzles that I had to do. They weren't too complex, but still definitely interesting. And then I got this little puzzle right here. I don't know what that did, but that just exploded the wall. I don't even know if that was a puzzle. A little bit of parkouring right there. Again, got that blaze trinket, so I didn't have to worry about some fire damage. So did that. and just taking out these guys, leveling up my combat because I was trying to level up to where I can use a diamond sword now, as well as my endurance. My endurance in my combat needed to level up, so that's also another reason why I needed to do a lot of these dungeons. I also found the first dungeon I got. I also found a key to the level 2 dungeon, which I was super happy and excited about. But that right there was also another trap. As you can see, you get the item and then you leave before the TNT explodes. But I couldn't believe it. I honestly could not believe that the first dungeon I got, I ended up finding a level 2 dungeon. So that was really, really cool. Very interesting. Was not expecting that. That was definitely luck based because all this stuff is randomly. Well, it says it's randomly procedurally generated, so I wasn't too sure. But nonetheless, got that. I also found a mimic here. That was interesting. Took me reminded me a lot of the other like Souls games, Elden Ring and all that. What are all those games that had mimics in it? Gotta have the classic mimic if you're gonna run the dungeons. Went back home, put my loot in there. As you can see, lots of enchantments already. And this is what I meant. I should have never enchanted those books because I was just getting all these crazy enchantments from the dimensional dungeons. So yeah, but it's all good. I was having a lot of fun killing these withers, as you could see. And different designs. Every time I went in there, it was pretty much a different design. I think some rooms in certain dungeons are pretty much the same, but it was still pretty cool to explore just for the loot. And as you can see, just leveling up and just getting these random passive trinkets randomly. Wasn't too sure. Again, I still don't really know how I got these trinkets or how you get them. I was just playing the game and they were just randomly unlocking. So I don't know. You can correct me or you can tell me in the comment section. Doing some more of these parkour puzzles and getting some more of these trinkets, as you can see here. Taking out these guys. I did this for a long time, I'm not gonna lie. I was in these dimensional dungeons for days. I mean, so much so that I just completely forgot what time it was. And I mean, I gotta tell you, I have like hours of footage of just me going through these dimensional dungeons. I mean, this must have been anywhere from like 30 to 50 days of the challenge. I mean, that's how long I was in there. And the reason for that is because after I would craft a key, I would sometimes find keys within these dungeons, which prolonged, just made me want to go back in there even more. Doing some more of these puzzles as well, as you can see, that was very interesting. There was another room as well. But yeah, like I said, oh, and there's fire aspect as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, like I said, just every time I went into a dungeon, I ended up getting more keys than what I crafted. So that's one of the reasons why I was able to keep farming these dungeons. So my thing is, oh, and also there's another dungeon which is pretty cool. This is probably my favorite one. I really like the Nether dungeon. This was so much fun. I love the theme of this. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, anyway, my theory on the dimensional dungeons is if you just craft a couple of the keys, you're gonna end up getting 1 or 2 for each run. I mean, I know it depends on luck, but I'm not the luckiest guy, I'll admit that, and I was still getting a decent amount of extra keys from what I crafted. And so, like I said, that was the reason why I was able to keep going back and just keep farming these dimensional dungeons over and over again. I just kept getting it. Some of the rewards from the chests were kind of mid, but this one, like right here, was pretty good. Got some emeralds, got some more gear, some rings, and some gold. Went in here and just found another stained glass. And like I said, I just did this for a while. I just kept going back in, getting some more keys, running, replacing the key with the new one, going back in, getting some more enchantments, replacing the key, going back in. You know what I mean? So yeah, not much to say here. So I promise you, I'm not gonna make you watch all of this. I definitely do finish up eventually, but yeah. Anyway, coming back to the storage area, just getting some more storage, or putting all the stuff from the dimensional dungeons in the storage box. And then I went back to the Illager Tower, maybe just to get a little bit more EXP. I left the spawners there because there are spawners in this tower. So I was basically just trying to level up to get to the diamond sword, but I ended up just coming back to dimensional dungeons anyway and just running more dungeons, getting some more enchantment books. I think eventually at the end of the day I ended up with like a whole chest filled with just random enchantment books, which was good when I get the next tier of armor. There's also a blood mood out, which that was kind of cool. I never saw that. I was able to see that. And I also found this little secret little dungeon place underneath the house. Or not my house, but the house in the beginning where I got the bed and the furnace from. So I went down there and I just ended up getting the loot. Not too crazy. This was something that I should have done from the beginning. Just went out again, leveling up this combat. Almost died there. I had to run. I almost died, as you could see there. And just had to heal up. But again, all of this was just basically so I can level up this combat. And as you can see, level 43 in combat. I needed to get to 45 to get to the diamond tier. And so back once, I mean, you already know, back in Dimensional Dungeons, getting that EXP, that's all the keys I used up so far, and I still had more. At level 44 and a half, we had to keep going back, you already know, collecting my rewards as I kept coming back out. And just taking out these guys and finally leveling up to level 45, as you can see. You also get bonus melee damage, and on top of that, I was able to use this new diamond sword that I had crafted previously or earlier. So that was pretty cool. Remade, incinerated into a diamond version of itself. Leech, Slayer, Sweeping Edge, and Fire Aspect. And before I was going to go out to another Dimensional Dungeon, an Undead Army came and raided my place. These guys were no joke. They had some pretty intense HP pulls. I mean, I was hitting these guys a bunch of times and their HP was just slowly going down. And at one point I actually almost died, as you can see, coming up here, but just taking out these guys. And this guy right here, I don't even know if he was a boss or if he was part of the raid, but he almost killed me, backed me into a wall. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I basically just had to beeline it away from him, taking the chance of trying to get away from him. I just said, screw it, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna run, utilizing that double jump and that no fall damage. I was able to get away, but I'm telling you right now, it was much more scarier when it happened. I was one shot away from getting killed, and it would have been, the challenge would have been over. I was one shot away from getting taken out. But nonetheless, the sun finally came out, and I was just taking these guys out, taking my time actually, and just taking them out one by one. Got the achievement, Spooky Scary Armory. You better believe I am the Slayer that took out the Undead Army. You better believe it. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. Very interesting indeed. Got some decent enchantments, and I also was claiming some more of my rewards. This reward I didn't even know I had, and it basically leveled up any progression level that you wanted. So that's why I used that to level up my endurance to 45. And with that, I was finally able to wear some diamond armor. You better believe I took those ancient pants, the ancient pants that I got earlier, and just started using that. Crafted some diamond armor, and I had to get my enchantments going. So yeah, the challenge was coming close to an end. I was getting near day 100. I think I was at day 90 at this point. So I definitely needed to do a little bit. I had to do some more stuff as well before the challenge ends. Got a satchel of elixirs, which gives you random potions every time you proc. It's an artifact. So I went ahead and just got that and put it next to my my death cap mushroom. And from there, I also went inside a level 2 dungeon. I was feeling confident now that I had diamond armor, that I can finally do a level 2 dungeon. And this dungeon was pretty fun. It had a roller coaster in the middle of the map, which was interesting. Unfortunately, I only did do one dungeon, so I don't know how crazy the other level 2 dungeons were, because I had 2 other keys, but I just did not have any time to do it, unfortunately. But this is the one I did, and it was pretty fun. Like I said, got the roller coaster. That was fun. The mobs were kind of the same. I think some of them were enchanted, or some of them did have gear. There were blazes in here instead of just the regular nether ones. And yeah, just getting some more gear. Running through, there were definitely a lot more rooms. They said that level 2 was going to be a lot bigger, and it was. I was in here probably the longest. This was the longest dungeon I did, just because there was so many hidden puzzles and so many hidden rooms. I was in here for a while, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm actually really happy I waited until I had diamond armor, just because some of these mobs did hit a little bit harder. They were a bit more tactile. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I was definitely in safe hands by having an extra HP bar and some of that diamond armor. And as you can see, that's some of the loot that I got. So much spells, so much enchantment books. It was crazy. From there, from the rest of the days, almost the rest of the days, towards the end, I just went out and did some exploring. I found some giants. They were neutral, which was kind of cool. I found this church as well, and I even found a Cyclops. Got the waypoint, and I was just taking out the Cyclops. I was like, you know what? I got some gear. I'm feeling confident. I'm going to try and take this guy out. And so, just running away, keeping my distance. I don't know how much damage he's going to do. He's from Ice and Fire, and he's got that scary roar or whatever, and I'm just trying to take him out as best as I can. Here, he's picking me up, constantly picking me up. I'm just using left shift to get out of his hands, and I'm just taking a couple swings at him with my sword. And that went on for a little bit, for a while, because his HP was definitely a lot. But I finally took him out. Again, I honestly had nothing to be scared of, but it was just, you know, he's a big guy. That was kind of scary. I also got the Eye of the Cyclops, which was pretty cool. It was a legendary tier weapon, and it allowed me to weaken enemies around me as long as I'm holding it in my hand. So that's kind of cool. Found another structure here. This is one of those simple basic structures. Again, just doing a little bit more exploring, taking a break from dimensional dungeons. I feel like I accomplished a lot. And just, yeah, just exploring the overworld some more. What I need to do next, now that I'm thinking about it, if I come back to this, I need to try and explore more dimensions. That's what I needed to do. I found another Cyclops here, did the same thing as before, just wailing on him. That fire aspect came in handy. But yeah, like I said, now that I think about it, I do need to explore more dungeons. That's something that I definitely need to do if I come back. So that's the plan. But nonetheless, I was running back home and I ended up finding a dragon here. This is the first dragon I found. This is again from Ice and Fire. He ended up being an ice dragon, and I was scared. I was terrified from this guy. Even with diamond armor, I was still pretty scared. He was throwing a lot of ice beams on me and just stun locking me as much as possible. So I played it safe. And I just kept my distance, and I was just taking him out with this bow and arrow, just going one by one, just shooting him one by one. It's a pretty boring fight, I'll admit, but I'm just playing it safe. Again, I have one life. You gotta remember that. I got one life. So I definitely needed to take this guy out as quickly as possible. I was curious what loot he was gonna drop anyway. Still doing some more of those ice beams. Trying to take him out with this arrow. He's going after me. I'm trying to run away. Using that double jump to my advantage. Negating the fall damage. And just trying to go, once again, going with that going with that bow and arrow. Arrow after arrow, trying to proc with that fire damage. HP slowly going down. Again, this is the quick draw and power bow. I also enchanted it with flame, as you saw earlier. And still just taking him out here, slowly but surely, one by one. Arrow after arrow. His HP was slowly going down. The fire damage actually did help out a lot. I feel like if I didn't have the fire damage, it would have taken like twice as long. I'm not too sure. But still, keeping away from that distance. I think, reading about him, I think he was only a stage 3 dragon. And at this point, he CC'd me until I couldn't move, and so I just had to pump him up with some more arrows as fast as possible. And thankfully, that was his last attempt to get me, because I finally got him. And as you can see, just harvesting his body. I got a bunch of things. I got a couple of dragon bones, a dragon heart, I think some scales, and I think even a skull. I got the skull of the dragon, again from Ice and Fire. And I know that skull actually makes a specific weapon, or a specific thing when you tame dragons. I don't know. But this was the loot from his den. There wasn't too many things. I found a lot of iron here and a lot of manuscripts just to make the book. And that's actually the next thing that I did. I pretty much just got the book on the lectern, and I was just throwing manuscript pages in there as much as possible, and just reading up on these dragons here, because I'd never tried this mod before. I was always curious about it, but this is the first time trying it. And man, if I had more time, I really would have tried and went out and just breeded a dragon, just try to get my own dragon mount or pet, because that would have been so cool to take with me. But yeah, and also this is that airship that I found earlier. I was lagging so hard, I was losing so much FPS that I just went home. So it's not the footage that's lagging, it was the actual game that was lagging, so yeah. Sorry. Nonetheless, I also got the next tier for the warrior spec, and I got a bunch of new items as well. And I also got a power shaker, which gives me explosive melee attacks. That's another artifact, and that was gonna close up my 3rd artifact slot for the challenge. And so finally, after all that adventuring, it is day 99, and it was time to do the end, as you could see. Here is the trinkets I'm using. Blank eyes, to where I could look at the Enderman, some blaze heart, and also the golem for knockback resistance. I also had silver nail to give me more damage overall. Here's my potions, just showing off my gear, what I was going to take to the Ender Dragon, and finally take the game to master mode. That's what I was going to do for the last final thing. Hopefully, if I can survive. That's the thing I was banking on. But nonetheless, here is the gear that I had. As you can see, charm, still got that lifesteal stuff. Some more gear that negates the fall damage. So I got some vampiric gloves to give me some more lifesteal. I got that one item that gives me the double jump, and my backpack. And then of course my artifacts here at the top: the power shaker, the death cat mushroom, and then the satchel of elixirs. And so I think I was pretty much prepared, the best I could be, along with my totem of undying, to finally take on the Ender Dragon. Here we are in the end, doing the standard thing by just making a bridge over there. as fast as I possibly can. Crouching, of course, because she still can knock me off with her blast. And then it was time to mine up here, so that was the next thing that I did. Just mining my way up here, playing it safe. Don't want to nerd pull it all the way up and then just jump off with a paraglider, which I definitely could do now that I think about it, but just playing it safe here. I definitely felt a lot more safer now that I had the blank eyes trinket to where I could look at the Enderman. And first things first, gotta get these end crystals out of here. We don't want that HP regeneration on this Ender Dragon. And I feel like the Ender Dragon regenerates their HP a little bit faster in this mod. I don't know if they buffed the end crystals, so at least that's what it felt like to me, but I'm not too sure. Maybe I was just exaggerating it. But nonetheless, taking out these end crystals as best I can, using my aim as best as I can. Some of the end crystals I got with one shot, I was actually pretty surprised. But nonetheless, just trying to take out this Ender Dragon over here, taking out the end crystals. My bows were deflecting it, so I had to jump up and do the melee attack when she perched as well. And just taking some more shots. Honestly, the fight was pretty standard. I went ahead and just popped all my buffs. As you can see, I almost have 4 additional HP bars. My HP is almost on the green, which is crazy. And just using some more of that Power Shaker artifact and just utilizing some more explosive hits, getting some more arrows in as best I can, following the Ender Dragon around, taking some more hits, slicing and dicing with that sword, and just following the Ender Dragon some more, trying to get some more shots in, and just utilizing that Power Shaker, some more explosive attacks, trying to get that damage opening. We were coming towards the end here. She still hasn't knocked me back thanks to that Golem Trinket. Because I know that's how I failed before. She knocked me out off the map before with her knockback, and I died and I failed. But nonetheless, this time I was finally able to take her out. The victory was mine. Ender Dragon was killed, and the game is now also in Master Mode. So there we go. Actually, with Night Vision mode, the end looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool looking. Look at the end. Pink skies. Collected my rewards, and just basking in my victory here. Gotta get that egg for the trophy. As you get, well, okay, well, here it is. I got the egg. I totally did not spawn in an item that looks like the egg. There's the egg though. All right, I got it. Well, nothing left to do except go back home. So here we are, back home. And there's the egg. Yeah, unfortunately I can't hover over it to see what it actually is. Okay, anyway, got some end goodies, as you can see here. This was the final loot bag that I ended up getting. It's actually day 101 right now. I went a little bit of past time, but yeah, day 101, the morning of, and that was the last gear I got from the end trinket, or the end goodie bag. But yeah, there you go, guys. 100 days in Roguelike Dungeons. If I ever come back, maybe I'll do a 200 days, or maybe I start up a new playthrough. So who knows? Anyway, don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one, and subscribe.